So my name is Daniel Raab. I'm one of the managing directors of 7 Ventures and 7 Commerce, the investment arms of ProSiebenSat.1. Today I'm here to talk about Flaconi, one of our first investments we've done after founding 7 Commerce. And I'm especially excited about presenting a couple of numbers today. A traditional e-commerce company selling beauty products, mainly focused on luxury products. When you think about e-commerce, you usually have to achieve 3 goals. First, you have to sell products customers want the way they want it. Meaning you have to provide selection, availability, and great prices. Secondly, in industries with strong vendor brands, meaning brands you're selling, you have to have strong partnerships. You will never achieve only private label revenues. And thirdly, as long as you want to be profitable, you have to have very streamlined operations. Operational excellence is the absolute key. If you look at the comments I put on the presentation, we're very proud of the customer focus. We're achieving a very high net promoter score constantly. Just this week we achieved 65. When you're familiar about it, 65 is a pretty high number. 32 is the average a German retailer achieves. So we are roughly twice successful as every other retailer. When you look at our selection, we are one of the few retailers that who is allowed to sell Chanel, Dior, and any other luxury brands you find in the industry. Because we've, from the very, very beginning, said very, very clearly to the industry, we're only doing this with you as long as you support us. The operational excellence bit, as you see on the presentation, we're carrying about 20,000 SKUs today. It's mainly focused on inventory. We're turning our inventory this year more than 8 times. If you look at retailers, traditional retailers in fashion and co., they're going to celebrate a very, very big day if they achieve 2 times turnover per year. But before we go into the details of Flaconi, let me talk about the industry real quick. Flaconi is very focused on the luxury part of the industry. We're selling products starting with brands like Boss, Chanel, and so on. And the interesting bit is it's a growing market, about 4%, and the online penetration has just started, which I will show you. 15 repurchases per year at an average sales price about 150 euros is obviously highly attractive financially. The growth going forward from Flaconi will automatically come because of the development we are doing. But overall, it will be supported by the growth of the industry. When you look at the numbers, you see in Europe, the online penetration is only at 8.8%. Other traditional categories, because of Zalando fashion, consumer electronics, are about 25, 30% or even more. So the normal growth of the industry plus the continued online penetration will just continue to support us. When you talk about Flaconi, you need to know that we've been operating about 6 years now. I think one of the founders, Paul, I saw you, is here in the room. Today, we are very proud to achieve about 40 million revenues, trailing 12 months. We've been growing the last 3 years for more than 100% in CAGR. And actually, the numbers on the bottom are all outdated, although the presentation is only 2 weeks old. We are now at about a selection of 20,000 SKUs. We have more than 300 brands online. And just a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago actually, we welcomed our 1 millionth customer in Germany. We are currently only selling products in Germany, 80 million inhabitants in Germany, meaning technically every 80th customer has shopped at Flaconi already. You may have seen on the very beginning, on the very top, we put a phrase in there that says, we are targeting to become the Zalando for beauty. We have all the respect for Zalando. They're writing history, and we don't want to compare us to them, but we want to compare the digitalization that Zalando initiated in the industry. And that's our goal. We want to digitalize the beauty industry just as Zalando did it. When you look at the history of both companies, initially both companies started with one product line. Zalando started out with shoes, we started out with fragrances. Why? It's operationally much, much easier to handle than beauty products, meaning lower average sales price products like makeup or care products. Both companies extended their selection into the next main categories, fashion, and for us, that's the mega categories. Ultimately, both of those categories will actually be the leading categories for both retailers. In the third year, both companies added ProSieben as a strategic investor and initiated a national TV campaign. And when you look at the growth development in year 6, Flaconi is actually growing double as fast as Zalando did in year 6, just from a year-over-year growth perspective. I just talked about media and the support that ProSieben has given to Flaconi over time. Obviously, we have had a lot of synergies with many departments, other retailers, but mainly the brand building was the key for success for Flaconi. Today, 50% of all Germans know Flaconi by a brand, and it's only a company that's 6 years old. When you look at the scale, we've done about 30 million revenue in 15. We are growing till 16, more than 100% in CAGR. And we're going to be the number 2 retailer, not online, the number 2 retailer in the whole industry in 2017. We talked about the repurchase rate in the industry. We are today at about 3 orders per customer per year. And you see that this is very low compared to the 15, so we are still at the beginning of the development. We are achieving a very attractive basket size of north of 60 euros from our returning customers. And again, the potential is 15 times 60. When you look at the national competitive advantage that we have, you really talk about the online experience. Other than Douglas, there's very, very little online experience in the whole industry. And for us, while we are going to be number 2 retailer in Germany next year, it's still day 1, because we haven't even started to internationalize. All the revenues, all the numbers you have seen are only about Germany, not even Austria. The potential in terms of market size, profitability, is only to come. If you want to join us as an employee, as a business partner, or even as an investor, please contact me, let me know. Looking forward to your questions. Thank you very much.